DAX is a formula language commonly used in Microsoft Power BI. Once you understand and master DAX, it gives you powerful control over your visual, report, and eventually your Power BI or dashboard. Welcome to Excel Island, where the goal and objective is to learn and master the Microsoft Power BI tool over the next 100 days. On today's live stream, we'll be starting a new course called Intermediate DAX in Power BI, where we'll be learning all about the logical functions, row-level security, table manipulation functions, and time intelligence functions in Power BI. If you're new to DAX or new to the channel, we started this live streaming from day one, trying to learn Power BI for the next 100 days. And on the previous 4 live stream, we started a course called Beginner DAX in Power BI. So you probably want to take that course first, watch those live stream before jumping on this intermediate DAX in Power BI, because you're going to build on your knowledge on the previous 4 live streams before you can come to this intermediate DAX in Power BI. But if you feel you could cope and you want to get along with me, do well to stay with me here as we take on this new course called Intermediate DAX in Power BI, and we're looking at the logical functions first in the first chapter of this course. So if you're new to the channel, do well to support the channel by giving the video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Also, all the task set exercise files, Power BI files that we'll be using and we've been using so far is already linked under the YouTube description. Do make sure to download those files and practice along with me. So without further ado, let's jump back to learning and welcome back to day 44. So as usual, we're actually using the DataCamp platform over the past 100 days when I started this learning habit of sharing my learning journey with everybody all over the world. So we started using the DataCamp platform for the SQL data analysis in SQL career track, and I decided to continue using the DataCamp platform for the data analysis in Power BI career track. You can see we are in the new course Intermediate DAX in Power BI. We haven't done anything that much. So if I go to the track here under career track, let me show you what it looks like. While it's coming up, so you can go to the live stream tab on the YouTube channel to catch on previous live stream, especially when I started the SQL 100 days challenge on SQL, and we actually started this whole live streaming idea, learning journey idea with associate data analyst in SQL. Then we moved to data analyst in Power BI. As you can see, we are 57% throughout the career track. Next, we are starting the data analyst with Python career track also after completing this data analyst in Power BI. So you definitely want to subscribe right now and put on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know whenever I go live or drop a new content. So if I go on that data analysis in Power BI real quick, you can see it contains 17 courses estimated for 48 hours. And so far, so good. We've covered, we are on the 11th course in the Your Career Track. So as it stands currently, I only have probably 6 more courses to go to complete the Your Career Track and probably definitely build more dashboard reports to get my hands dirty, right? You can see we started from introduction to Power BI, and we definitely covered quite a lot. And the last one we covered was the DAX functions in Power BI before we actually moved to intermediate DAX in Power BI. You definitely want to catch up on this DAX function in Power BI before jumping to this intermediate DAX in Power BI so that you won't get all confused. So let's continue from here. Without further ado.
Welcome. My name is Carl, and I'll be one of your instructors in this course. Are you ready to learn about logical functions? Logical functions act upon an expression to return information about the values or sets in the expression. The most used logical functions in Power BI are the if, and, or, not, and switch functions. Note these aren't the only logical functions in Power BI, but we'll focus on these in the video. The if function has 3 arguments. It starts with a logical test, followed by the value if true, and ends with an optional argument if the value is false. Let's look at an example using the if function. If total sales is above 50,000, we want to display target reached, otherwise we display target not reached. If we add performance to the table, we see that Jenny and Wayne receive a performance rating of target not reached because their total sales are below 50,000. The AND function takes two logical values you want to test as arguments. It returns true if both conditions are true. Let's wrap two simple comparisons. Is 5 smaller than 4 and is 5 smaller than 6 inside the AND statement. 5 is not smaller than 4, so the first argument returns false. 5 is smaller than 6, however, so the second argument returns true. Applying the AND function to false and true returns false. The OR statement is similar to the AND statement, but instead it returns true if at least one condition is true. If we apply the OR function to the previous arguments, we get true, because one of the two arguments was true. The NOT function changes true to false and vice versa. So if you wrap the previous OR function inside NOT, the result is false. The AND function can be replaced by a double ampersand. Similarly, can you replace the OR function by double vertical bars. Switch is an extremely handy Power BI function you should know how to use. It evaluates an expression against a list of values and returns one of several possible result expressions. Its first argument is an expression followed by multiple value result pairs, before being closed by an optional else statement. This function is often preferred over nested if functions. Note the switch statement evaluates the arguments in order, so only if the first expression is false, the second expression will be evaluated, and so on. A switch function often starts with true. The function will check if total sales is below 25,000, and if it's true, it will return the result poor. If false, the statement proceeds to the next value result pair and checks if total sales is below 50,000. If that's true, it will return below expectations. Otherwise, we move on to the next value result pair. Earlier, we applied an if function to see if the sales target reached 50,000. We apply the switch function to the same table. The switch function returns below expectations for Jenny because her total sales were below 50,000 but above 25,000. Jane got an exceptional performance rating because her sales were above 75,000. So far, we've used switch with true as the first argument. This is common, but not the only case. This function creates a new discount column and checks the clothing type value to return the corresponding result. The discount rate for shoes is 15%, for pants 20%, and so on. It's time to try the switch function and other logical functions for yourself. Have fun!
Okay, so let's try out the function, another logical function. So it says logical functions are utilized to perform more complex computations. As you begin to write this complex computation, it's important that you understand how to decipher the expected result when writing it with DAX. What is the result of the following DAX function? So just saying switch true or false false, okay, and true true. If it is true, if it is either false false, it's going to return 1, and true true, return 2, true false. So the two condition has to be met. That column has to be true or false. But what are we definitely switching? Or either of the two conditions must be met. So if none of the false results is met, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's going to return 4. Okay. If it is or false false, it's definitely going to return 1. So if you look at it, true false, the two condition has to be met for and. So 2 is exempted here, or true false, any of the arguments. It could still be 3. It could still be 3 though. It's definitely not 1. You can see that it can be pretty confusing because of the way it is wrapped. And the funniest thing is that we have 4 different arguments. So you're going to evaluate one and move to the next argument. I definitely know it is 3, because when you look at it there, when you see 3 or 2 false, is that true? If it is that true, or is that false, it's going to return 3. But when you look at the false parts, if it is false, if it is both, they are both false, so that the argument is wrong. So that's how it is. So that's queues. You have the or true false returns true following the logical disjunction rules. So it's going to return true. This is going to return false. That means they want us to actually return one of the true conditions, but that's not fair. Now using it with switch because of the true condition here. Now okay, I got it now. Because of the true here, switch true. So if it is true, switch whatever it is here. So it has to meet this true condition here. Oh, like I understood it now. Because of the true here, if it is ordinary switch, it will just switch one value for the other. We're actually using switch true function. Yeah, so we have to meet these two criteria here. Okay, well understood. So logical functions in Power BI.
Hello, let's have a deeper look at logical functions. Previously, we calculated the actual transaction amount and the corresponding ranking. We see the total of the actual transaction amount is the sum of all the amounts, which is what we want, but the total of the rank function is displayed as 1, which is not what we want. We would prefer this to be blank. We could hide the total row in general, but that means the total transaction amount would disappear as well. We'll use an if statement in combination with the has1value function to solve this problem. Hello, let's have a deeper look at logical functions. Previously, we calculated the actual transaction amount and the corresponding ranking. We see the total of the actual transaction amount is the sum of all the amounts, which is what we want, but the total of the rank function is displayed as 1, which is not what we want. We would prefer this to be blank. We could hide the total row in general, but that means the total transaction amount would disappear as well. We'll use an if statement in combination with the has1value function to solve this problem. Logical functions really shine when you start combining it with other handy functions. But let's build a function with the has1value statement first to see how it works. This function returns true when the context of the column name returns exactly one value, otherwise it returns false. We name the function has1value for now and wrap product category name inside and add it to the table. It returns true for audio and the other product categories because the function returns exactly one value, but it's false for the total because the total contains 8 values. Let's combine this Boolean expression with an if statement. We navigate to the actual transaction rank. If the has1value, you start combining it with other handy functions. But let's build a function with the has1value statement first to see how it works. This function returns true when the context of the column name returns exactly one value, otherwise it returns false. We name the function has1value for now and wrap product category name inside and add it to the table. It returns true for audio and the other product categories because the function returns exactly one value, but it's false for the total because the total contains 8 values. Let's combine this Boolean expression with an if statement. We navigate to the actual transaction rank. If the has1value statement is true, we want to rank it, but if it's not, we want to return a blank, for which we can use a blank expression. We wrap the rankx statement inside an if function and use the same has1value argument as the logical test. If true, we want to display the rank, and if false, we want to display a blank. Now we can see the rank is not visible in the total line. Finally, we can delete the has1value metric we created, as it was purely created to help understand what's going on. For the second part of this demo, we'll move on to bucketing. We want to create separate buckets depending on the actual transaction amount. It might not be that useful in this case because we have only 8 categories, but this is a very common business request which adds a lot of value when you have a lot of different categories. Let's name the calculation transaction buckets and do so using a switch statement. If the actual transaction amount is below 250 million, the text will display under 250 million. If the transaction amount is below 1 billion, it will display 250 million to 1 billion and so forth. Note the switch statement evaluates the arguments in order, so only if the first expression is false, the second expression will be evaluated, and so on. Because of that reason, we started with the lowest amount. Let's press enter and add the buckets to the table. When we throw it into the table, we clearly see the groups of each transaction. That was quite easy. The switch statement is very powerful and often preferred over nested if functions. That's it for this demo. Start using logical statements in the exercises.
Okay, let's do this. Let me put on my I want to open my data set folder. You can see, so I want to practice if for formatting tables, exploring switch and grouping. Okay. So if for formatting tables, totals and subtotals within visualization can be very important at providing overall characteristics of an attribute. Sorry about that. Unfortunately, sometimes, like in the case of previous rank X example in chapter 2, providing a value in the total subtotal section of the table is not useful. For this example, you utilize an if statement along with as one value to provide rankings for the employees in order to remove the value from the total rows. Okay, we have everything prepared for you right here on DataCamp. If you prefer to take the course on your local version of Power BI, you can download. So we have our Power BI installed. So open the Power BI file if PBI open data set here. So while that is coming up, you continue reading the instruction. Okay. So and navigate to the employee analysis page. Your job in the next step will be to modify the discount rate ranking so that the average ranking does not appear in the total column of the employee table. Okay. So we want to create a function. Let's move to the employees. This is the employee analysis that we created from our previous lesson. So want to create so that the total here will not be showing here, but it will be showing total for this result here. Because you can see definitely the total of all this is definitely not 6. It's just because of the function that we have there. Okay, so let's follow the instruction. So navigate to the employee analysis page. Your job in the next step will be to modify the discount rate rating. We look at the discount rate rating measure, where discounts chiller measures. These are some other micro discount rate rating measure. So let's modify this measure. So that's what we need to do there. So utilize an if statement to evaluate if a row of an function previously developed. If false, return blank. Okay, I'll just wrap it to if it has one value, just wrap it with the rank X function. Okay, once you use it, you say if this function has one value, return the result. If not, return blank. But the funny thing is that this value here has one value of 6. We want to make sure it's a discount rating. Okay, let's see. Probably just need to rewatch how it was done in the video there. A minute. Okay. If the condition is to utilize the rank X, okay. Okay, let's go to the function discount rating. We just put the function down here. I can say if rank X, so I need to bring in logical test as one value. I need to wrap it in as one value. I can say if this rank X, so this is a column, has one value. So let me bring it a little bit down. Oh, nope, I'm not yet done with that. Let me just edit this back. Just edit it. Oh, that should be discounts rating. My keyboard is acting up. Sorry about that. Oh, not a good time to be acting up though. Imagine. What's wrong with this keyboard? This is not a good time to be acting up though. I'll just modify myself. Okay, found a solution. The actual calculation in discount rate rating, which is equals to, okay, so let's log that in back. So we have our function back as it is before. So we need to use, sorry about that. So we need to use the if function to wrap it has one value. Okay, let me do that one more time. So I need to go a little bit up. So equals to if has one value. It says returns true when there is only one value in the specified column. So it can't false if it is the other way around. So if rank X has one value, so we need to close this bracket up. I'm using another keyboard entirely. So this could be tricky. to figure out. Okay, got it. Oh, this is not good. Okay, I think what I could do is okay, there's an error in as one value. So my column. Oh, sorry about that. It gets tricky sometimes. So logical tests. Comma, if the result is true, so I'm having error here because of my one value. But let's see if the result is true. Return. We're expecting it to return true. Let me see if my former keyboard is going to behave. Return. Hold on a minute. I need to troubleshoot this really quick. I think I figured it out. Since I've troubleshoot my challenge. Oh, I don't think so. Mm, okay, I think let's do this again. Okay, so what I need to do is just get rid of all this. Get rid of all this and get back to my initial formula. So to solve that, let's rewatch the video. Time.
Hello, let's have a deeper look at logical functions. Previously, we calculated the actual transaction amount and the corresponding ranking. We see the total of the actual transaction amount is the sum of all the amounts, which is what we want, but the total of the rank function is displayed as 1, which is not what we want. We would prefer this to be blank. We could hide the total row in general, but that means the total transaction amount would disappear as well. We'll use an if statement in combination with the has a one value function to solve this problem. Logical functions really shine when you start combining it with other handy functions. But let's build a function with the has one value statement first to see how it works. This function returns true when the context of the column name returns exactly one value, otherwise it returns false. We name the function has one value for now and wrap product category name inside and add it to the table. It returns true for audio and the other product categories because the function returns exactly one value, but it's false for the total because the total contains 8 values. Let's combine this Boolean expression with an if statement. We navigate to the actual transaction rank. If the has one value statement is true, we want to rank it, but if it's not, we want to return a blank, for which we can use a blank expression. We wrap the rankX statement inside an int function and use the same has1value argument as the logical test. If true, we want to display the rank.
Oh, the mistake I did is I didn't provide the column for my has1value function. I need to provide the column here. So the instruction here now says if the discount amount, we need to make sure, is it the discount amount or the employee name? So you could have just mentioned the employee name. So let's use the employee name first. You can say if that introduce has1value, has1value. I need to provide the column I want to use for it. I could just decide to use the employee name for first, or we could actually use the discount amount. But we need to figure out what we need to use here.
And if false, we want to display a blank. Now we can see the rank is not visible in the total line. Finally, we can delete the has1value metric we created, as it was purely.
See, they're actually using the product category name here, but in our rankX function, the product category name was actually used. So all I have to do is just use the dim employee name there. I use this here, so I just have to return back to this. That's interesting. That is what I actually use. Employee. Okay, let me just copy it from here. Just trying to save time by copying it from here. My keyboard is actually acting up and it's not fair. So I'm missing this. My keyboard is acting up and there's nothing I can do to it right now. I need to use equals to 2. I think that should be 2. So if that is equals to 2, oh, I've seen my mistake. So about my keyboard, I have to deal with this today like this. Sometimes challenges happen that I didn't plan for. So if the employee name has one value, that means it's probably going to say everything as one value. Because what you're looking at here is one value. Okay, let's see. So return the rank of it, then comma. I think my main keyboard is pretty low. That's why I'm having this challenge. So it needs to charge. So result, if that is true, is going to return this rank here. Result, if that is false, is going to return a blank. Let's return a blank. Okay, so we have that locked in. We just close that up. Okay, so let's log that in and see now. Oh, now we nailed it. Sorry, it took time, but we actually nailed it. You can see. So we are saying if the employee name here has one value, which if it is 2, return the rank here. We want it to return the rank here. If it is false, return a blank. So it's going to return the ranks, and at the total part here, it doesn't have a one value. It's going to return a blank here. So we nailed that really quick. So about my keyboards acting up, I think I need to charge it. I didn't know it was way low and it's not acting up. So let's move on. I think we've solved that. So it now says which salesperson was ranked in the 10th position for discount rating. So for discount rating, this employee is Amy Treffield. Amy Treffield. So I can't use my keyboard there. I need to bend to use the actual keyboard on my laptop. So we know it. That's correct. Amy is ranked in the 10th position. When looking at the discount percentage, however, we notice Amy has a lower discount rate. Given she has a lower discount rate, giving lower discount rates mean a higher profit for the company. It may make sense to reverse the ranking. Okay. Giving lower discount rates mean a higher profit for the company. That's true. If you are giving a lower discount rate, it means a higher profit for the company. That's true. Okay, so let's move on to the next, which is switch. I have to manage and complete this live stream because of my keyboard, a technical challenge. So it says exploring switch. We rarely use a single metric to judge performance in data analysis. We often analyze a few key metrics to better assess performance. You will bucket employee performance by discount rate and profit ratio. Profit ratio rather. We have the profit ratio calculation here. We have the discount rate in here. So we want to bucket, you will bucket employee performance by their discount rates and their profit ratio. The cutoff points were defined using an external benchmark analysis. So let's open a new file called switch using the switch function. Definitely want to save that. So navigate to the employee analysis page in the report view. Create a new measure in the measures table titled employee performance analysis. Okay, that's it coming up. So we're still using both employee for our analysis. So we could just say, let's go to the measures table. We have chiller measures. So the measures have been grouped. So let's take a peep at our last solution. We got it. You can see, so we nailed it. We know we faced a little bit of technical challenges there. So that was what we needed to do there. So let's go where are we going to create this measure. Create a new measure in the measures table titled employee performance analysis. Under employee measure, I think I'll just leave it here. Let's call it employee. Oh, sorry, I'm not using the right keyboard there. Performance analysis, which is equal to. So employee performance analysis will be using the switch function. Okay, let's see. So utilize switch to statement along with and statement to create the following groups. So I is average discount rating is less than 0.3296. Average discount rating is less than 0.3296. and profit ratio is greater than 0.5380. Middle is low. Let's start bringing this up. Remember the last segment is else, so you don't need to type the details for lower performance. So what will be the low? So definitely we should be starting with the low, medium, else high. So we don't need to mention. So we're supposed to start from the lowest to the highest. If I'm correct, so it's from the lowest to the highest. So we don't need to mention that. Okay, let's see. That will be switch wrap in a 2, switch 2, then comma, come a little bit down. So I'm going to say our value 1, our value 1, then the result we want for the value 1. So our value 1 is going to be starting from the low side, average discount rating is greater than or equal to 0.330, and profit ratio is less than or equal to this. So let's start from the lower side. So we say average discount rating. So I need to wrap it in AND function first. So my AND is going to come right here. It will be AND. Hold up a minute. One second, please. Hold up. One second, please. I need to attend to an emergency. Okay. Sorry about that. I need to attend to an emergency. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. I need to attend to this real quick. Okay, I think we are done there. So, we are using the switch tool based on these two conditions here. So I'm starting with the low. Average discount rating is less than, greater than or equal to 0.330. Let's log that in. That's the average discount rating. Oh, I hope my mouse, my keyboard won't give me any challenge this time around. That equals to, yeah. Oh, that's what I was looking for earlier. So about my keyboard, so my only challenge is with my current keyboard. My main keyboard is low. Okay, I think I'm using, let me switch to the UK, United Kingdom. So I should be able to use some stuff there or still the same thing. Okay, so I figured that out real quick. So it is equal to, but you have to be greater than or equal to. Oh, oh, found it greater than or equal to, then I need to mention 0.330 there. 0 point. So definitely going to be seeing that as, I need to wrap it in quotes. Now let's get the quote out. Oh, 0 points, there's a comma, points, 33. Our follow equal test is 3, double 3 and double 0. Then wrap that in quote also. Okay. Oh, this is not fair. Oh, figure it out. Then comma, my second logical test should be, and profit ratio. So that should be profit ratio. Profit ratio, which is this one here. Profit ratio is less than or equal to. That should be less than, then equals to. I'm not used to this, my new keyboard. I'm only probably used to my main keyboard, but the keyboard on my laptop, I'm not used to it. So a little bit of challenge there, but good, I figured it out. So that should be 0.5370. 0.5370. Then I could just copy it. That is our first value if two, or I bring in a comma there. Hold on, I need to close my and function there. Okay, so I need to close my and there. Then results. Hold up a minute. Value 1. So the result of this expression, okay. So the result of this expression should be low. So that will be low. So our low doesn't need to be in, so that has to be in brackets. But I'm more concerned about our and function there. So our low, our result has to be in brackets, in double quotes rather. But this our condition here. Let's remove the double quotes. Let's remove the double quotes here. Exactly. We shouldn't have double quote there. So comma. So to save time, value 2, I could just copy everything here. everything here. Control C. Come down a little bit. No, I'm not supposed to press enter there. I'm supposed to press Control Shift Enter. Shift and paste it there. So the next one, let me paste one more, comma. So since our logical, so that should be the else function. So I need to put, so we only have three logical conditions here, just low, medium, and high. Low, medium, and high. My last segment is else, so you don't need to type the details for low performance. Probably you should be starting from high, or let's see. That won't be fair if you're actually starting from high, because according to them, we're supposed to start from the low part, then to the high part of the logical test. Let's look at the average. So average discount for medium should be 0.3296. That will be 3296. Then the profit ratio should be 0.53 greater than, oh, hold on a minute. Average for this, hold up. For the middle, it has to be 0.3296 is less than and greater than, so it has to be between 2 points. Hold up. So you can see our logical condition is kind of more complex now. It's not as straightforward as the example that was given. So 0.3296, so average discount is greater than or equal to 0.3296 or is greater than 0.33, which is this one here. So I need to come back to this 0.3296. Okay, let me focus on that. 0.3296. We log that in. The performance ratio. So performance ratio is where is it there? So the performance ratio is, so the first one is average discount, which is the medium, which is average discount is greater than or equal to. This will be greater than or equal to 0.3296, and the average discount or the profit ratio would be greater than also and equal to 0.5380. 5380. 5380. I need to change this greater than or equal to, because that is the condition here. Greater than or equal to, exactly. So that will be greater than or equal to. Then the final one, else it is I. So if, let's just say else, that should be I. If none of those conditions are met, oh, who's calling me again? Hold on a minute. Okay. Needed to apply attend an emergency. Mm, Hello, 1, 2. Okay, so we are trying to figure this out. So I need to close this bracket up. I just copy this bracket here because my keyboard today I decided to do me. Okay, you can see. So our formula is working fine now, but we need to be, oh, let me switch my comment. So I've closed the bracket up. So if none of these two conditions are met, this is supposed to be medium, mid. Let me change that to mid. So if I log that in, that should work fine. So we need to confirm, but I can go the opposite way to the high, medium, low first. So according to them, I'm supposed to go high, medium, and low. But let's see. Add the new measures to the visualization on the employees analysis page. Once to the table on the left and one to the tooltip on the scatter plots. Okay, now let's add it here. 1 second. So now let's add our new calculation here, which is this our employee analysis. This one here. And see what it's going to show. Ooh, you can see it's showing high, medium, low, but we need to be careful. What if we started the wrong way? You can see this is high, high, low. This is claiming low, high, medium, medium, high. Okay, so let's look at the question though. It says one employee has been classified as a high performer. What is our name? Yeah, more than one employee classified as a high performer. One employee. We're having like multiple employees there. That means we need to go the opposite way around then. Okay, let's go the opposite way around. From the high to the lows. From the high to the low. Let's look for the employee. Sometimes it takes hours. So let me just go back here real quick because we're having a lot of employees. I could just go for this Mr. Lambert, then I come back because it is the only low we have here. Based on we went the opposite. Oh, I'm not mentioning that. This Archer is the only low we have here. Based on that, we went from high to low. If we've gone from low to high, I think this should be the high ranking performer that we have here. So let's log in this Archer Lambert. Let's just log that in. Archer. Oh, sorry, my mouse because I'm having challenge with my keyboard today. Archer Lambert. Okay, let's see. Oh, that is wrong. Hold up. Let's spell it correctly. Lamble. Oh, I spelled it BEL. Definitely that's right. Ooh. Okay, let's go the opposite way around. ALCHEL. ALCHEL. Let's quickly go the opposite way around. The opposite way around real quick. Sometimes you just face challenges. Okay, let's look at the employee performance analysis and let's go like this. Remember the last number is else, so you don't need. So let's go from high to low. Average discount rate is less than 0.3296, less than 0.3296. and profit is greater than, and profit is greater than, this one is less than, I'm writing greater than here. Oh, my bad. This one is less than and greater than, less than 0.3296. A minute, please. Oh, so emergencies are inevitable. You have to attend to them. Okay, so let's give this a shot back. So if I go from the opposite, from high to low, so the high is discount rating is greater than, is less than 0.3296, less than 0.3296, and profit is greater than, and profit is greater than 0.5380, 0.5380. So that is AI. Let me just copy this. Oh, let me just edit that. High performance. So the opposite, this is low. Let's change this one to low. Let's change this one to low. While the second argument is medium. 0. So it is less than or equal to 0.3296. So less than it should be less than this is greater than rather. That's greater than less than average discount 0.3296 is 0.3296. 3296. So you cannot say average discount is less than or equal to. So average discount is less than or equal to 0.3296 and greater than the one above. Less than the one above. Definitely that is less than 0.3300. So this will be 0.33. This will be less than 0.3300. Okay. 3300. And profit is greater than 5370. Profit is greater than 5370. Otherwise, it is low. So let's see that in action. Ooh, you can see. So we don't have any I. Okay, we only have I here. You can see. So we have I for Hudson Onslow. So let's log that in. So we know this. So we went reverse opposite way. They need to figure out the difference between these numbers there. It can be pretty tricky. The difference between this, especially this middle part, it can be pretty tricky though. So our employee there is Hudson Onslow. He has the high performance rating. So we have it here. Oh, we didn't give employee performance rating. Okay. Let's see that. Let's see. So that should be Hudson all in one. So let's log that in. So our employee is Hudson, no, okay, Hudson Onslow. That should be Hudson Onslow. Ooh, we know it. It took hours, but we're kind of calm, trying to figure out those logical tests. That can be very tricky though, especially these conditions there. We are looking at these numbers here. It's going to be pretty tricky. I know that the average profit here, discount here is less than this. So that's how we were able to sort that out. I'll definitely be visiting this calculation one more time. It should be less than or equal to, okay, yeah. Less than equal to, and profits since the upper one. So we know that, then I can always go back and revisit those calculations. So let's move on to the last part where we nailed it. So this is the last challenge. I think this is a grouping part. So similar to bucket, it is sometimes necessary to group sales together. So let's dive deeper into the chiller item analysis. You'll be creating a calculated column to identify high volume, high retail price chiller items. You'll be writing a logical function. So the column will return true or false, indicate if it was indeed such an item. Okay, so let's close this. We're able to solve this. So we didn't just add the new calculation to this tooltip here, but it doesn't matter. Okay, save. So let's open the last file, which is called grouping. So there's a file called grouping here. So let's have that opened. It's a file called grouping. So when we read the instruction, it says navigate to the fact sales table and create a calculated column, high price volume chiller item. This calculated column will consist of two main parts, which you will work on the next step. This is probably going to be a pretty long. Oh, my gadget is low. Let me just power on. Okay, we are back. A couple of challenges. So let's navigate to the fat sales. So let's take a peep. You can see we got the calculation I, which is outseen, but we could just double check to be sure. Okay, it is. You can see switch through. They even got rid of the zeros, so they actually use the numbers directly. Oh, because I was still using greater than equal to. You can see it's less than, greater than, less than, greater than. Oh, I need to revisit this. I cannot use almost similar approach. I was inserting equals to here, which is see correct. So let's move on to the fat sales table. The fat sales table there. So the instruction says this: create a new column. Let's create a new column. Let's see, create a new column. We're going to call the new column high price slash volume chiller item. That should be high price slash volume chiller item is going to be equals to the function. We have to follow the function right now. So your newly calculated column should meet two conditions, which you can check simultaneously using the ampersand sign. Use the related function with a chiller stock to check if it is a chiller item. Check if total chiller item is above 100 or retail price is above 1525 if it is a high volume or high price item. Ooh, this kind of. Let's go back a little bit. So your newly created column should meet two conditions, which you can check simultaneously using the ampersand sign. Use the related. You want to use and or want to use or. This is not fair. Say use the related function with a chiller stock. Okay, let's bring the related function. You can see the related function. So we're going to call on the related function to bring a chiller stock from this table, this column here, from the dim stock table, this table here. We're bringing it to this our table here. So let's log that in. Okay, that's by the way. So that's that. Then we need to use the ampersand sign. The ampersand sign. We don't know whether we're going to use the ampersand sign or the or sign. Okay, use the related function with its chiller stock to check if it is a chiller item. Okay, check if total chiller item is above 100 or retail price is above 5025 if it's a high volume or high price. So if total chiller items is above 100, where do you have total chiller items? Where do you have it? Let's check. I think we have the total chiller items there. Okay, we have it. You can see total chiller items there. You can see the column here. I say high price volume chiller items related. So how does the formula is going to look like? Let's see. Oh, okay. This related function with okay. I say if total chiller item is above 100 or retail price is above 15. Hmm. Want to use this to check if it is a chiller item. Let's go for a hint. So it will be high price. So we're almost there. We are getting it. And you can see high price volume chiller item is equal to related redeem stock and chiller item is greater than 100 or total stock is less than 15. Okay. If total chiller item is above 100, you just need to use the and. Then you wrap it in the if function. Then if you wrap it in the if function, or what will be our return value here? Let's see. Let's see. If now say if the total chiller items, which is this column here, total chiller items here is greater than 100, what should be returned? That's what the challenge is. Okay, we are not returning anything. It's going to group the results. But wait a minute. You'll be writing a logical function. So the column will return true or false. Okay, want to return true or false. Okay. Want to return true or false. Check if total chiller item is above 100. So what do you want to return here? It should be if it is above 100, comma, return 2. It should be return what? Otherwise, return what? Return false. Return false. Then close the bracket. Close the bracket. But we need to use the pipe sign. Where are we going to get this sign now? We need to use the or function. We use the if it is a chiller item and if total sales is greater than 100 or is above 100 or retail price is above 15, 25 if it is a high volume or high price chiller item. So I need to bring my single quotes here. Let's see if I can find them. Oh, is my slide dash. Look for my dash. This is not fair. Okay, let me see if I can grab it from. There's always a solution. If you look deep, oh, I pick it up. I just copied that from somewhere. That be all. The final part is going to be all the retail price. Let's look at the retail price. First sales retail price is less. I think that should be less than is above 15. That is greater than 15. Okay, so let's see what we have returned there. Wow. Oh, we are close. So I see we have two of us here. We can see we have two of us from this table. That means we nailed it correctly there. We nailed it correctly. So now let's move on to the next instruction and see what we can do with that calculation. So it says create a new measure called total sales high volume price in the measures table to calculate total sales of high or chiller items. How do you do that? Let's take a hint. Total sales is going to calculate, okay. Then if that column is true, we're going to use the calculate function. Calculate total sales if that, so navigate, create a new measure, total sales high volume price chiller. Okay. Going to be a new measure. Let's just drop that new measure here. We're going to point to the two total sales. Oh, sorry about that. I'm kind of not used to that. I'm having a challenge today. Total sales high volume